My name's Caroline Till. I'm the co-founder of Franklin Till. We're a London-based futures research agency. We work with global brands and organisations to identify and activate design, colour and material innovation for positive social and environmental impact. As a long-standing member of the Haim Textile Trend Council, we work together to identify the key lifestyle design, material and colour trends influencing the global interior and textile industries. In 2020, we launched the first dedicated Haim Textile Future Materials Library, aiming to showcase some of the most exciting material innovations from around the world. Here we were looking beyond aesthetic design and colour trends to explore the full textile value chain, delving into material composition and afterlife. This year's Future Material Library has shifted to become a digital resource, bringing together radical designers and innovative manufacturers who are helping to turn the current linear system of production and consumption into a circular model. Featuring a mix of commercially viable and early stage developments, the Future Materials Library showcases 4 key themes: regenerative crops, remade fibres, harvesting waste streams, and sustainable colour. In regenerative crops, we ask, can we grow materials in a way that enriches the environment rather than depletes it? Contemporary fibre cultivation often comes at great environmental cost, disrupting ecosystems, depleting topsoil and exacerbating pollution, whilst often using vast amounts of water and chemical. Regenerative practice in fibre agriculture tackles these issues head on, enabling the crops to give back to the very environment in which they're grown. So regenerative farming methods encourage biodiversity, absorb carbon from the atmosphere, and often produce higher and more frequent yields than traditional agricultural methods. These consciously cultivated textiles include hemp, nettle, yak fibre, and flax. In remade fibres, we ask, can we create a closed-loop circular system to extend the life of textiles? Once tossed without a thought, discarded textiles are made new again. With a focus on diverting industrial and post-consumer textile waste that would otherwise be destined for incineration or landfill, new and developing technologies enable forward-thinking manufacturers to put resources back into reuse in new production chains. Whether composed of a monomaterial or a blend of materials, waste textiles can undergo chemical or mechanical processes to be reduced back to fibre, turned back into yarn, and transformed once again into usable textile. The ultimate goal is an infinite zero waste cycle of regeneration. In harvesting waste streams, we ask, can we tap into industrial waste stream for valuable raw material? Changing perspective on waste is leading designers and material manufacturers to rethink raw materials. The motivation for this shift in perspective is the urgent need to conserve our precious finite resources and also reduce the quantity of waste we're generating. So productive reuse of post-consumer and post-industrial scrap is increasingly proving itself a viable solution. From food production to sheep farming and forestry, the waste streams of diverse and unexpected industries demonstrate that we already possess many of the material resources that we need for tomorrow's textiles. In sustainable colour, we ask, can we reduce the environmental and social impact of textile dyeing? Production processes in the textile industry are increasingly coming under scrutiny. Sustainable dyeing practices aim to reduce the water-intensive process of creating and applying synthetic dyes, while also tackling head-on the environmental and social hazard caused by the toxic chemicals used. Traditional, slow, natural processes offer a gentler solution to creating colour, while agricultural byproducts and food waste are serving as new sources of dyes and pigments. Perhaps the most futuristic end of the innovation spectrum, lab-engineered bacteria are being put into use to develop a diverse range of low-impact colour dyes. In the Home Textile Future Materials Library, we hope to not only inspire better approaches to textile sourcing and production, but also demonstrate that these alternative circular systems and materials are not only viable, but also desirable and beautiful.